G'day folks, Wren here, they, them, and today we're going to do my QueerLit Readathon TBR. So, the QueerLit Readathon is happening once again. It is happening from the 15th to the 21st of December. I'll leave all the information for it down below, but it's one of my favourite readathons, and I almost didn't do it this year. I was really trying to not do any readathons because I got a little bit burnt out, but I love this readathon, so we're gonna do it. There is a bingo board, but what I'm doing is the two sides and then an X. So it's just like 2 prompts on the top and 2 on the bottom that I'm not doing, but the rest I'm going to attempt. So the first prompt is disability rep, and for this I'm going to read Trans and Disabled by Alex Ian Taffy. I'm very sorry about that pronunciation, but this is a book I have on NetGalley. It comes out on the 21st of January 2025, but I'll read it now. It is what the title says. This is an anthology with a bunch of like short stories, essays, poems, artwork apparently as well, written by trans and disabled authors. Just a little synopsis says, this anthology brings together vulnerable stories, poems, plays, drawings, and personal essays. They explore how we make sense of ourselves, our intersections of identity and experiences, of how we are treated and how much love we are capable of, sometimes even for ourselves. So it sounds amazing and I'm really looking forward to it, and I also just love this cover. Is this not a beautiful cover? I think it's a beautiful cover. So the next prompt is drag. Now for this I originally had a novel on my TBR, but I'm not in the mood for that right now. So what I've decided to do is I took out 2 holds from the library of children's picture books, and both of them feature drag artists. So the first one is Auntie Uncle, Drag Queen Hero by Ellie Royce. Such a cute cover. So it says, this is the story of a courageous drag queen who saves the day and brings 2 communities together. The young narrator thinks it's awesome that his uncle and his auntie are the same person. That's cute. I'm not going to read too much into it because it's a children's picture book, but it seems like it'll be really cute, and I've been loving picture books this year. There's something so healing about reading a picture book as an adult and seeing what kind of stories kids are being introduced to, because, gonna tell you, back when I was a kid, I didn't have any books about drag queens. So that's super, super cool. And then the next picture book is If You're a Drag Queen and You Know It by Little Miss Hot Mess. Very funny. So this synopsis is very, very short, which is fine. It's a picture book. So drag queens sing verses of this popular song that encourages everyone to express their fabulousness by singing, posing, and twirling along. That sounds super, super cute. So very much looking forward to both of these. And then the next prompt is nonfiction. And for this one, I'm gonna read a book that I started at the beginning of the year, and I got to page 80, but I also got it signed by the author, which is awesome. But that is Undoctored by Adam Kay. I went to the Melbourne Comedy Festival at the beginning of the year, and he was actually there, and he did a comedy show. It was really good. I had a good time. You got to meet him and have him sign it, which was really cool. Did not expect that. I have read all of his other books. I have loved everything that I've read from him in the past, so I was really looking forward to reading this one as well. But this is similar to This Is Going to Hurt, where this is a story of a medic who ran out of patients. So Adam Kay was a doctor, and he very much struggled with the highs and lows of being a doctor, and in This Is Going to Hurt you get a lot of that, and he puts a humorous tone on everything. So like, it was a really quick read and I loved it. And this is kind of following on from that. So this is when he's no longer a doctor, but he keeps thinking back to when he was a doctor. But yeah, but Adam Kay is gay, and he talks about it in This Is Going to Hurt a bit more in this as well. Such a fun time, and I'm really glad I get to put this on my TBR so I can finish it. Then the next prompt is Past, Present, Future. I struggled with this one a little bit because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Then I thought I would do one book and I was like, I do want to read it, but not now. So I changed it. And for this one, I'm going with a historical romance. And that is My Lord, Lady and Gentleman by Nicola Davidson. This is the third book in the Surrey Sexual Freedom Society series. This is a historical romance. The first book in that series was female-female. The second one was male-female, and it was straight. And then this one is male-female, male. Pretty sure swords cross, because I know one of the characters in that is bisexual, and he is exploring a relationship with a married couple that have connected with him. The really cute thing about this series is that, you know, it's set in a kind of uptight time period, but there is this little group of people who have come together to form this little society where they can talk about their sexualities and, you know, not be judged and just have the freedom to express themselves and not be looked down upon. And it's a really cute little like group that they've formed, and so each book is following someone from that group. So this one is following a painter, and he is bisexual. He's been painting this piece for this couple for a little while, and he's kind of been struggling a little bit because he's noticed he has feelings for both of them, and he thinks that they return the feelings, but it is still a bit of an awkward situation, obviously because they're in a committed relationship and he's just some guy. But I think this could be really good. It's short, it's only 100 pages, and I really liked the series so far. So I think this is going to be a good one. Now we're going to move into the cross section. So I did that panel. Now we're just going to do the little tiny cross in the middle. But the next prompt that I'm going to do is food. Now originally I didn't think I was going to do this because I just, off the top of my head, I can't think of many queer food books that I have. And then I looked at my manga shelves, which I've been neglecting actually, and I found one. So this is Old Fashioned Cupcake by Sagan Sagan. It is a boys' love, so male, and like I could have just been like, oh look, there's food on the cover. But it does actually talk about some kind of food as well. So it says, at 39 years old, Nozu lives a routine, if not melancholic, life of sleep and work. Togawa, his younger subordinate, finds this troubling and takes it upon himself to shake up Nozu's routine. During a lunch outing, the two go to a pancake shop full of exuberant young ladies to do what girls do, and it's just a thing to breathe life into Nozu. They start up an unlikely friendship and perhaps something a little sweeter. So that does sound kind of cool. I like that we have a character who's slightly older, but I don't know, I'm hoping this is just going to be cute, but like I need to get to it, so there's this one. And then the next one is Disaster Queers, and this one I'm going to do a double up because I need to for sanity, and I'm just going to put Undoctored for that as well because I'm well versed enough in Adam K now to confidently say he's a disaster gay in the best kind of way. He's a great guy. He definitely gives off disaster gay energy, like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I'm gonna use this one. And then the next prompt is magic. So for this, I'm going to read A Little Lick of Lust by Cleo Evans, and this is book 3 in the Creature Cafe series. These are really short, under 100 pages, monster romance books. They're such a fun time. The first 2 have been queer so far. I'm just going to assume the third one is. I haven't actually checked it out. So it seems to be, this one is a minotaur and a human woman. Yeah, because each one has usually been a supernatural creature and a human. And the way they find each other is through this barista, who, I love the barista, he's great. These creatures will come to him and be like, I'd like to find my one true love, like my soulmate, and he's like, gotcha. And then sometime later he'll bring a human to them and they are soulmates, and it's very cute. Also very, very steamy. These are smutty books. But yeah, this one is between a minotaur and a human. It is a male-female relationship, but I'm just going to assume queerness. I don't know, I really may be just putting my assumptions out there, but from what I've read of Cleo Evans in the past, they do put a lot of queer characters in there, even if it is a seemingly straight relationship. The people themselves could be queer, and that's just fine, because seemingly straight relationships aren't always straight, because bisexuality exists. And then next up we have high hype or low hype. And this could have really been anything. I originally had something for low hype, but I've swapped it out for high hype so that I can put in a manga that I really want to read. Anytime I look up any kind of sapphic manga, this one always comes up. So I'm considering it high hype. And that is How Do We Relationship Volume 1 by Tamiful. This is, yeah, a female-female relationship. I think they're in high school. Oh, wait, they're in college. Yeah, so this girl's really shy and she's never found the right match because she likes girls. Going away to college didn't help until one day her outgoing classmate suggests they might as well start dating each other since it's not like either of them has other options. Funny. I love these kind of like fake relationships or like marriage of convenience type thing. This isn't marriage, but it seems to be relationship of convenience. So I am looking forward to this, and I've heard good things about it. It pops up all the time when I'm looking for queer manga, so hopefully it is good, and at least they're not in high school, which is always a plus. So then we're on the last panel, and for this, the top prompt was just a free one. You can pick whatever prompt you want. The prompt I'm kind of going to go for is Kindle Unlimited. So for this I'm going to read Camilla Devereaux Favors Repaid, which is book 5 in the Naughty Divorcee series by Calypso Hart. I've been reading this for a while now, and like they're really short, erotic, queer books. And it's about this woman who in the first book, she is recently divorced and she's trying to, you know, get a little like pep in her step and explore who she is as a person after divorce. And she ends up meeting this couple at a bar, sparks fly, she goes home with them. And then the subsequent books are just following her, I don't know, her sexual experience, like finding herself and just finding out what she enjoys and getting her confidence back as well. And she is kind of constantly in a bit of a relationship with this couple, and it's great, they're really good friends. And then she has started to broaden her horizons a little bit past just this couple. So in this one, Camilla, the main character, has kind of started something with this other woman. I think we're just going to see how that relationship fits in with the relationship with this other couple. And then the next prompt is community. Originally for this, I was going to read an anthology, but I don't have the brain power for that, so I'm going with another manga, and this one definitely fits. So this is Our Dreams at Dusk Volume 2 by Shimanami Tazugare. I read Volume 1 a couple months ago, absolutely fell in love, and the reason this fits her community is because in the first one, there was this boy who was getting teased at school for being queer, but he was very much denying it to the point of that like toxic masculinity kind of thing where you like double down. So when he was being teased about being queer, he was like, oh no, I'm not slur word, slur word, slur word. That kind of thing, you know? But that got really stressful and he ran away and he met this random person and they helped him a bit and said, hey, come to the community center if you want like more help. And he does, and it turns out to be that this community center is full of other queer people. They're all a bit older than him, but they do form this little, yeah, like community. They all help each other. They want to help other queer people. It's lovely. Let's see what this says. It says, Tazuki is starting to feel at home at the drop-in center, just in time for him to help a younger student who also hangs out there. Misora Suji likes to wear girls' clothing, but is unsure about their gender identity. That's really cool. Okay, I like that. There was like a little mention at the very end of Volume 1 of this kid being around. And so like now we get to see that. That's super cool. And I didn't know that it was potentially trans rep. So that's also awesome. And then the next prompt is gifted. For this, I'm gonna go with an arc because I need to get to it and it fits, and like the author gave it to me, so it kind of fits. But that is Enemies to Booksellers by Laura Catherine. This is a like cozy fantasy sapphic story, and it comes out January 18th. I have technically started this book. I've read the first 3 chapters yesterday, but I'm not going to finish it before the QueerLit Readathon, so I'm just gonna, I don't know, maybe read like 2 or 3 more chapters before the readathon, and then once it starts, then I'll commit to it more. But so far this is about 2 sidekicks, and their bosses are enemies. So we have a villain and a hero, and then their sidekicks are the ones that have fallen in love. And they want to just live a peaceful life together, but that's really hard to do when your bosses are constantly trying to kill each other. So they decide to escape their bosses and go set up in a quiet little town and open up a bookshop together where they can just be together, just sell books, have a cozy life. It sounds like it'll be really good. So the last prompt I'm going to do is graphic, and for this one I'm choosing Project Naught by Chelsea Verdi. This is an ARC copy that Kirsty got, and she gave it to me because she knew I wanted to read it, so that's cool. Thank you. But it is kind of cool to see that because this is an ARC, so you get some bits that are in full color and then not. But this is about these bunch of kids that on like a school assignment thing get to like go back in the past. Sounds super cool. That's queer in some way, but hey, the main character's name is Wren. That's cool. So in 2122, Wren's life in the 90s is practically ancient history. So that's cool. So I think it's someone from the future, someone from the past getting together, and sounds awesome, but my battery's gonna die. So that's gonna be it for my QueerLit Readathon TBR. Come join, it'll be a fun time. And if you've read any of these, let me know what you thought. That's gonna be it. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.